Hey guys, how you doing? Just want to say thank you for tuning on. Thank you for clicking on this video, and I'm just going to ask you to please share, please subscribe, and let's get it happening. You know, let's do a few things here. And please press that like button and subscribe. It's just something I want to say right now, you know. I don't know, man. I was listening to this song. There's a guy called French Montana, right? And I'm listening to French Montana's music, and all I hear is this dude going on about the N-word, 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 N-word. That's what he kept talking about. Now, and I'm looking at this guy. This guy is not black, you know. Same thing with DJ Khaled. He ain't black. Apparently, French Montana is from Morocco. Now, and this is why I think African Americans, they need to visit Africa. Even the ADOS. I know the ADOS don't want anything to do with Africa, but they're busy on African YouTube, checking out the African YouTubes. But what I'm going to say is that they need to visit Africa. You know, because the people in Morocco, in Tunisia, in Egypt, in Algeria, they're not black. They're Arabs. The Arabs are invaders. This is why even Africans don't get this. All right? Look at how they treat black people in these countries. In Tunisia, just recently that they passed a law to stop, because if you were black in Tunisia, there was, by the way, the indigenous people there were black. You know, that's what I mean by invaders. So they invaded these thousands of years ago. And I don't want to go into history much here. And then after that, they started bringing in, they enslaved the people who were there, the indigenous, and they started capturing some other slaves from what is now called sub-Saharan Africa, which is, I hate that. It should be Greater Africa. But anyway, so in Tunisia, if you are black, you have to have a name, pretty much a slave as your name. So you'll be like Jackson the slave. You know, that would be your name. Imagine, that would be your name for your life. Everyone will call you the slave. And that's how people lived in these countries. So there's no difference between French Montana and Eminem. Okay? No difference whatsoever. Eminem's ancestors enslaved Africans. French Montana's ancestors enslaved Africans. You know, Eminem's ancestors are still mistreating Africans. French Montana's people are still mistreating Africans. So French Montana shouldn't be allowed to use the N-word. If we allow French Montana to use the N-word, let's allow everyone to use the N-word. Then there's no point in stopping some people from using it. Because there's no difference between French Montana and Eminem. Trust me, in regards to black people. Both of them, their ancestors did the same thing to black people. And both of them, their people are doing the same. Look at how they go to Morocco. You know, initially, a lot of what are they? The Black Panthers used to go to Morocco. You know, there's no Black Panther there living in Morocco. Most of them that couldn't go back to America, they've stayed in countries like Tanzania, Ghana, and what, not in Morocco. Because you know why? Because there's too much racism in those countries. So just because someone say they're from Morocco, which is in Africa, and you think they're African, and you allow them to use the N-word, that's stupid. ADOS, you should be jumping on this. Okay? He shouldn't be allowed to use the N-word. He shouldn't be allowed to use the N-word whatsoever. You know, in my opinion, the African Union should not include Arab countries. Or if they have to include the Arab countries, we have our own union that only has black people called Greater Africa Union or Greater African Union. which just includes black people, because that sub-Saharan crap, it doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound right. And you know what I mean. It doesn't sound right. So French Montana is allowed to use the N-word. Eminem is not. That's silly. French Montana, DJ Khaled, if they want to rap, I have no issues with that. If they want to make beats, I have no issues with that. That's just black people. We like to welcome people. That could be our weakness, but it could also be our strength, right? However, they should not be allowed to use the N-word. If we allow French Montana to use the N-word, let's allow every other white person to use the blood word. I just wanted to say this, man. It shouldn't be allowed to use the N-word. All Arabs should not be allowed to use the N-word. That's just the way it is. Arabs are racist. You know, if anything, they're even more racist than white people. Indians, racist. More racist than Arabs and Indians and white people. I'm telling you. I know exactly what I'm talking about. You know, we shouldn't just see because someone looks darker, we welcome them. Oh, because someone says they're from Africa, we welcome them. Let's put up some boundaries about who we welcome in our communities. Okay? If we're gonna say Eminem can't use the N-word, then French Montana shouldn't use the N-word. I just wanted to make this rant. Thank you. But let me know in the comments what you think. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for clicking onto this video. I'm just gonna ask everyone to please share the video. Thank you. Goodbye.